What's up, guys? My name's John. I'm here doing an introduction on all the characters in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Today I'm doing Wario. He's a pretty unique character in some of the things he can do, so I'd like to go through everything pretty quickly here. His attacks are all good damage, good knockback, and they have increased range because his hands and feet and head grow during the attacks. So I'm going to jump right into that and show you that effect. So his punch here, you can see his hands do get bigger, increasing his range, which is a pretty good effect. It's kind of deceptive, I guess, in how he works. So his forward tilt attack is just a regular punch. His down tilt attack is this finger poke. His up tilt attack is these hands going in the air. As for his smash attacks, it's a big fist, a spinning move on the ground, which has good range for a down move, and a grown head headbutt. As for his aerials, you have this body slam, which is a really good aerial attack, and I'll go into that why in a second. But otherwise we have this kick, backwards headbutt high five thing, and then a clap in the air. His down aerial, I don't recommend using because you are stuck in the ground for a second there. And his belly flop here does damage while it's on the ground. So it'll do damage in the air and when they land on top of an enemy. So I like to use that one better than the down one. There's a little bit more knockback with the belly flop, a little more percentage damage with the down aerial. It's all on how you'd like to play the game. I recommend using the belly flop. Now into his specials here where he starts to get really unique. First off is this chomp, which you can charge and grab an enemy. So when it charges, it's not like a normal charge, but you can hold it open and wait for an enemy to get close enough to you to chomp him. The range increases a little bit as he's charging, so if an enemy enters the range, he'll automatically grab him. Now this does a little bit of damage by pressing B while they're in their mouth, and then he launches them. Kind of a grab variation, but it's pretty easy to break out of that, so don't depend too much on that move for damage. What that move is really used for, in my opinion, is if I go to items here, you can actually eat items. Now they have to be an item that he can reach with his mouth, so something small like a Pokeball or a capsule, something like that isn't going to work for this. So I just picked a barrel. It's a big item that he can reach. When you use that and eat it, he actually heals 1% of his health, and I'll show you that again. So any item you eat will heal 1% of his health. He has a motorcycle move here, which is his sideways special. What's interesting with this is if you jump off when the motorcycle is at low speeds, you can actually eat the motorcycle to gain 1% health. So there's very few healing abilities in this game. This is one of them. Take advantage of it when you can. Obviously, if it's a really good item that you can use in the match, don't waste it just to eat it for 1% health, because it's not that great of healing. But if there's an item there that you aren't specialized with, that maybe your opponent is, chomp it down, gain 1%. Just remember when you do that, you are a little bit vulnerable during that time, so make sure the enemy's not too close to you, otherwise he can take advantage of that. Also with this motorcycle here, you can hit him by turning around, which will do a high knockback attack. Otherwise you can just run into them, pushing them back. And also if you do it with a wheelie, the wheelie has a higher knockback damage, lower percentage. So just keep that in mind. Also, when you're doing a wheelie, it's very hard to turn around or jump off the motorcycle. So if you do like I just did, where you wheelie off the stage, you're pretty much done. So I wouldn't recommend using a wheelie close to the edge of the stage, where it's most useful for the knockback damage. But up to you how you want to play it. Also, you can send the motorcycle after an enemy like that by going in high speed and jumping off the motorcycle. If I can do it here. Try that one more time. So we get on the motorcycle, send it towards an enemy, knock them off. What you can do from there is kind of, if you get the timing down right, you can combo that with a footstool to send the enemy tumbling off the side of the stage. The timing is very tough, and I'm going to be going over that in a later video. Not so much for the basic intro video to Wario. So that's his bike special. Now we have his up special, which is this tornado, it's a really good move, and it combos well with his up grab, because that sends him straight in the air. So that's a good combo. Another good combo with his up grab as well is to jump in the air and follow them, finish them with a belly flop. It's a lot easier to track an enemy when you're above them in the air to follow their path down than it is to try and wait and run under the enemy for a juggle. So that's a combo I like to use. Throw them straight up in the air, jump above them in the air, and then hit them with that belly flop on the way down before they can recover. And then, what's left here? Oh, right, the down special. So that was his down special. It's kind of a big fart, I guess. It's his most powerful move that I've seen. The only downside is it recharges. So there's a set time it takes to recharge that move. Any items you eat will lower that time, but you'll only know he's at full power once he starts blinking red. So it's quite a wait for that, but you can do it before he starts blinking red. It's just the damage and knockback damage will both be lower than it normally would be at full strength. And also the risk with that is you could do this move here. This resets the timer anytime you do this move. And what it'll do is it'll knock the enemy down and stun them until your animation is over. So you both get up and are ready to go at the same time. The only difference is when they're blinking, they have a moment of invincibility there. So if you're using this move in like an 8-player smash and you use it on 2 people next to you, those 2 people will be immune while they're getting up while you're facing back kind of in a taunt sort of motion. So if something came in with a smash attack on all 3 of you, 2 of them would be safe, you would be the one sent flying. So I like to wait until I know that that move is fully charged before dropping it, otherwise you can be left in a state of vulnerability, which is never a good thing in Super Smash Bros. So onto his grabs here, just to finish. We have this one, similar to Mario and Luigi's. It will hit enemies around you while you're spinning like this. His forward one isn't as good, but it's still a forward throw, a lot like Mario and Luigi. Otherwise, he has the down one, which will send them horizontally, which leads for a good follow-up dash attack. And then, obviously, his up one that works well with the up special and the belly flop. So with Wario, I like to keep people close. He's the 8th heaviest character, so he's not going to get launched very much, which is a great thing. As for his speed, though, he's very, very slow. So you have to try and use the dash, which is ranked 30th, tied with Kirby, Ike, and Luigi. If you use his walk, he's the 3rd slowest walker in the game. So try not to use the walk. Try and stick to dashing as much as possible. He doesn't have a lot of traction issues like Luigi or Bowser Jr., so that's a good thing, especially for a heavy character. So I try and keep him close, hit him with heavy attacks, use his range that he gets. Try not to jump off the stage in a motorcycle, but use the range bonus he gets with his growing limbs, and just try and knock the enemy off as hard as you can. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Feel free to share it with anyone who has questions on characters or if they're just looking to get into the game. I'm trying to increase the fan base of Super Smash Bros. It's a great game. I want to get the online game as competitive as possible. So please share the video around Facebook, Twitter, however you can get it out there. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Feel free to watch any of the other videos, and Happy New Year!